Let's go. Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. Previously with the Morning Q crew.
Friday was National Drive-Thru Day. Recent report analyzed the average drive-thru wait times at fast food joints, and there's something to the saying, good things come to those who wait. As for the fastest, it's actually Taco Bell. It's ranked #1 by total time for the 5th consecutive year.
All right.
I don't know if it's because no one's there or it's just,
they're fast.
They're super fast.
They're super fast.
KFC is second, followed by Tim Hortons, Arby's, Wendy's, Dunkin', Burger King, McDonald's, Starbucks, and Dutch Bros, which we're actually going to get one here in Alexandria.
That's true.
Now, the chicken places took longer. Chick-fil-A ranked last at 427 seconds, or about 7 minutes.
That's because there's so many people there in line.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Popeyes was the second slowest, followed by Raising Cane's. I think it's because they cook it fresh.
That's what I was going to say. That's why. And Taco Bell, I think it's because the food that's there is just
easier
to put together.
Yeah. It comes out almost as fast as you get it.
More ways than one, huh?
Chick-fil-A, Dutch Brothers, Raising Cane's have the most cars in line on average. Arby's has the emptiest drive-thrus, followed by KFC. I tell you what, that Raising Cane's over here in Alexandria, they recently, a few years ago, they bought the lot behind them, cleared it out, and made like double lanes, and because it was going onto the service road.
Yeah.
So backed up, it was causing traffic issues.
I know. It was hard to get in there.
Dutch Bros had the best order accuracy, so that's good news when you have them over here in Alexandria. They shouldn't have any problems. Of course, they'll have some rough patches when they first open, but
like every place,
they know how to get the order done.
Right.
And done right. Followed by Dunkin'. KFC was the worst at that.
No.
Followed by Popeyes.
How you mess up some donuts?
I know the one here in Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh. I know.
Not Popeyes. But
they rebuilt this Popeyes, or they built a new Popeyes right next to the old one, and for a while they had some issues. I hadn't had any issues the couple of times I've been there, but I know some people that would go frequently, and it's a lot of waiting and a lot of messed up orders.
Ooh.
Chick-fil-A may be a long line, but when asked about friendliness at the drive-thru, Chick-fil-A was #1. I am #1. Followed by Dutch Brothers and Raising Cane's.
Okay.
McDonald's was last.
Oh.
Followed by Dunkin' and Popeyes.
Oh.
And when asked about overall satisfaction, Chick-fil-A again, #1. Followed by Dutch Brothers. Sorry, Dutch Brothers, but
two is not a winner, and three nobody
remembers.
That's right.
Raising Cane's was next. Popeyes was last. Poor Popeyes. They got some work to do.
Yeah, y'all do. But I tell you what, y'all got some good biscuits.
Y'all do. Followed by McDonald's and Dunkin'. So the friendliest seemed like it was more closely associated with satisfaction than speed.
Somebody talking about churches, but they have good biscuits too.
And we were going to an event yesterday, me and Melissa here at Sunlight Broadcasting, and some lady was trying to cross 2 lanes of traffic right here on Jackson Street to get over to churches.
Oh,
and I was like,
see, she's going after the biscuits.
She didn't want to wait. So Melissa in the station vehicle was like letting her go, but she's like, lady, there's another lane right here, and it's very hard to see when you're coming across. And she almost got hit.
That's how I almost got hit the other day. Those people coming out of that gas station, they were heading toward churches right there.
Those
and
4 lanes are bad.
They didn't check to see me coming in the opposite direction, so they almost hit me.
No risk it, no biscuit.
They're right. They will go get that church's biscuit.
Nancy, would you break up with someone just because they were a thief who was constantly stealing the covers in the bed?
Oh, no. I would just go sleep in the other room.
Really?
Or have them sleep in another room, yeah.
You kept yanking all your covers over and you're like freezing or whatever?
No, I'm not going to break up, but like you get your own bed or we just have separate covers, you know?
In a new survey, 23% of people claim they've broken up with someone due to annoying sleep habits.
Oh, now look, my last boyfriend, he couldn't sleep unless the TV was on and kind of loud. And I was like, no, it's not going to work. But I didn't break up with it. Because of that, it's just I cannot sleep with the TV on and with the light on. So I have to be in darkness. Now, I like background noise, like an air conditioner, but it has to be like a white noise. You know what I mean? Just like
not like a bunch of talking.
Not a bunch of talking, and I don't like light. So we just have to have separate rooms.
Well, according to this survey as well, 64% say they're willing to accept them, even if they find them disruptive. Here's some of the most annoying sleep habits. Let's see if you guys can relate to any of these. Sleepwalking at 7%.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't wake me when you're getting out the bed, that's okay.
Sleep talking. Everyone does that a little bit, right?
If you talk in your sleep, it's okay, just not loud enough to wake me.
Listening to music while in bed.
If it's quiet enough in like your earbuds or your headphones, that's fine.
Eating in bed.
No, you're not going to eat in my bed. We're not going to get roaches in my bed. No.
Nancy, as someone who's always eating in their bed, I've never had roaches in my
that you
bed.
know of. They're hiding in your sheets.
No,
they
they're
hide
not.
under that mattress till you turn off the lights and they're crawling on you.
Stop. You watch too many horror movies.
Nah, they hiding under that mattress.
Getting up during the night to use the bathroom. I do that a lot sometimes.
I do that too.
Like
I mean,
too much than I should, probably.
That's normal. That's not going to bother me.
Watching TV while in bed.
Yep, that's my number one. You're not going to do that. That and
Luckily,
eating in
my
bed.
fiance, we both don't mind sleeping with the TV on. Matter of fact, sometimes she leaves it on louder than I would.
can't.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, we gotta lower this.
I cannot sleep like that.
Still in the covers, 27%.
That's easy. Just each get your own blanket and you're fine.
Tossing and turning at 30%. I am one.
That would bother me.
I flip flop a lot from one side to the other.
I do that too. I flip flop, and it would also bother me if my partner flip flopped
Yeah.
a lot.
And lastly, snoring was 44%.
Yeah. Oh, that bothers me too.
I snore sometimes. My fiance said that it's not terrible though.
I remember my mom coming to visit me at my apartment one time, and I had a little studio, so we had to share the bed. She kept me up all night snoring. She didn't believe me. I could not sleep. I was like a zombie the next day. She's like, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I recorded her and played it back for her the next day. I recorded a video.
She sucked in the drapes.
She said, that's not me. I said, Mom, that's you. And it was a video of her doing it. And she laughed so hard. I said, it's funny till you have to work the next day.
Yeah.
And you're tired and you can't
I
sleep.
wouldn't break up with someone over stuff like that. Just get sleep separately.
Sleep separately. I have an aunt and uncle who have to do that.
Let us know what's some annoying sleep habits, some that maybe you deal with, or some that would make you break up with your significant other. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you this morning. Q93FM.com. Use the free Q93 app. Or you can DM us at Q93 Alexandria and at Morning Q Crew. You know, there is one godsend that every parent with young children wants on a vacation. Grandparents! It's really the best thing ever, no matter what you have to do to keep them comfortable. But if you could only pick one, traveling alone with toddlers or traveling alone with grandparents, which is tougher? There's an amusing article from Business Insider where a man says he surprised his 78-year-old parents while they were on a vacation in Tokyo. They thought they'd be meeting a tour guide. It turned out to be him.
Oh.
But he says the vacationing with them in Japan turned out to be tougher than traveling with toddlers. Here's the reasons. They couldn't get around well.
Yeah.
They struggled with ordering food because it's Tokyo, obviously.
Okay.
And then short rest or not enough because they're old, you know? What say you, Nancy? Is it easier with toddlers or is it easier with grandparents?
Well, I don't have any kids, but I know my mom refused to bring me certain places, growing up. Like when they went to the World's Fair. I remember she took my older brother, but she just left me behind. Didn't even tell me they were going to the World's Fair in New Orleans. Saw a Greyhound bus pull up at the house, and my mom and my brother got on, and before she left, she said, hey, the rest of the family, we're all going to the World's Fair in New Orleans. You're staying here with your dad. Bye. Because she didn't tell me in advance because she knew I'd pitch a fit. So she just left, and I'm just standing in the driveway watching them leave.
Oh, that's
because I was just a
traumatizing.
kid, and I cried. So you would like it anyway. It's just antiques. And until I was almost an adult, I thought the World's Fair was just antiques. I didn't know they had rides. So
Again, your life could be a sitcom.
I know, I'm telling you. But we used to travel with our grandparents a lot, like go on vacations and stuff. And I remember it was difficult for them, to move around a little bit. We'd have to stop and take breaks sometimes and rest. So I don't know. But I know my mom would have to put a leash on me sometimes because I would run around and run away and get into things.
I've been on trips with grandparents, and I've also been on trips with younger, not toddlers, but like younger kids. And I don't know, man. It's a toss-up. I think it depends on you pick your poison, basically. Which misery do you want? They both have pros and cons. They're not ideal. I say take a trip by yourself. That's the best way to go. But like grandparents, look, it's a more mature atmosphere, but then you have like a lot of yapping. Like I know I have grandparents. They'll never shut up. Okay, you do have to take more care of them when it comes to walking. It's a lot slower to go places.
Slower
and move around.
pacing, yeah.
But if you have kids, it's probably a little more fun and upbeat. You get to enjoy that they're enjoying things, but then they're also could be talkative, they could be annoying, and they want things their way.
They can't ride all the rides, if
so
you go to a theme park.
They both have
certain
pros
things
and
they can't
cons.
do. Yeah, it's better just to, like you said, just go with your own age group, maybe.
Yeah, go alone.
No, I actually loved my grandparents when I was, a kid. So
I did too. I do too.
And they were my babysitters, so it's,
The thing is, if you're taking a trip, the bigger the group, usually the worse the trip's going to be.
That's why you separate and you go off with your cousins.
I know, but sometimes you're trying to please everyone and no one's happy and you're all together too much. Sometimes
I know, it really is.
too much togetherness, it doesn't end well.
No, after a couple of days, it's
Had
everybody, you've had enough. The family trips were hard sometimes, Josh. They really were.
My grandmother is traveling to Florida to go visit my brothers and their mom. So we're kind of joking in Facebook Messenger in our chat, like, I'm glad it's you and not me. I'll have fun. Grandma's coming over.
When you're riding in one vehicle and somebody takes off their shoes and then everybody has to, one time we had to pull over the van to find out who the culprit was.
Were they fighting up in there?
Oh, and it was nasty.
Or they got to stop and pee. That's another thing with the old
everybody
people.
has to stop and pee.
Yes.
Or the little kids, man, they spill something in the
Yeah,
car.
are they hungry? Are we there yet? Here's a fun little game show style hypothetical for you this morning, Nancy.
All right.
If you had a choice between instantly receiving $50,000 or flipping a coin for a 50% chance to win $1 million, which would you pick? Which one would you pick, Nancy?
You know what? If I was on the game show and the moment was with me, I would walk with the 50,000. But just as a hypothetical, hearing now in the studio, I'd be like, no, I'm going to go for the $1 million.
But if you flip the coin and you don't win the $1 million, you don't win nothing.
I know.
And you need new tires, Nancy.
I do need new tires. But you know what? You know what I'm thinking? I already don't have the money anyway, so it's not like I'm losing anything.
That is true.
It's like, what you going to lose? You have nothing to lose.
Instantly getting 50,000. That's $500,000, Nancy.
No, it's not $500,000.
Oh, that's 500,000.
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's
then?
half 100,000.
What? I'm
50,000 is
an
100,000.
idiot. See, I am so bad at math.
That's okay.
I still want the 50,000.
Oh yeah, I'd probably take the 50,000 also. But is that tax free?
I didn't say anything about taxes, so I'm assuming tax free.
If it's cash, I mean, yeah, all right.
All right, so this was kind of now you know I'm always broke.
Oh my God. I hope when you're married, your wife does the taxes.
She's going to handle all the finances.
She'll have to do all the finances.
She's better at math than I am.
Thank God. Hey, I'm bad at math too, and I'm not that bad.
Hey, I struggled at math. I don't even know how I graduated.
I took a math remedial, but at least I got to skip my first English, go straight to honors English.
They just let me through at a certain point. Like, this boy can't be 28 in high school still.
Like, just let him pass. It looks bad on all of us. Just let him go.
Someone conducted this very poll and found that 65% of Americans would take the guaranteed 50,000. Half a mil, right?
Yeah.
25% want to flip the coin for $1 million, risk walking away with nothing, and 10% aren't sure what they do. For what it's worth, the region with the most gamblers is out west. Midwesterns are most likely to take the quick $50K. And then also, men, 32% were a lot more likely to flip the coin than women at 18%.
Yeah.
I'm taking the money, Nancy. 50K, give it to me.
I'm probably going to take it. As long as it's tax-free, just go ahead and give me that money.
Question is for you this morning, would you take the 50K instantly? I mean, that's $500,000 in my world. Or,
that's not
or would you take a flip a coin chance? 50% chance at $1 million.
Oh, my God.
We want to hear from you this morning. Q93FM.com. Use the free Q93 app.
Because $1 million's $500 million, right?
I don't even know.
No, it's not.
Don't be spitting out numbers like that. Gives me anxiety. Or hit us up on social media, Q93 Alexandria or at Morning Q. All right, Nancy, we're talking about being bad in math last hour, so it had me thinking, how much time did you spend in detention when you were in school, Nancy?
3 times.
3 times. What did you do? You remember?
One was in first grade, and I didn't remember my first grade teacher, Miss Michelle, telling us when we were coming back from recess to keep our mouths quiet. So she had changed the entire like classroom around. So whenever we walked in, I said, oh, she changed the room around. And she's like, punished, get on your knees.
So talking too much.
So I talked when I wasn't supposed to. Now another time.
And you still do that to this day. You just blurt out everything
Another
loudly.
time in kindergarten, our substitute teacher, I was talking during Mass, which I wasn't supposed to because it's Catholic school. And so we had to go into the front of the class, and we got slapped on the back of our hands with the rulers. So that was pretty bad. We got punished for talking during Mass. And then another time in 8th grade, our teacher said we were late coming into class, which we were, but it's because the boys wanted to be late coming into class. They locked the door to the outside, so we had to go. It was an old convent, so we had to go upstairs to go get our book sacks to go to the downstairs class. But it was the boys' fault because they locked the door, and our teacher said, oh no, you guys are 5 minutes late, get out of my class, you're cutting class. And we're like, no, they locked the door. She didn't want to hear it. And then when she told the principal, she said no, they were 10 minutes late, so she added 5 minutes and so we had to do punish work. So we had to write.
Nancy K.
That wasn't our fault. Now the other 2 times was my fault, but not this time.
I never got detention, but I did have to get a paddling. This was when they paddle kids in school.
Wow.
They called my mom and they were like, you have a choice. You can go home for 3 days or you can get spanked.
Oh, you're getting spanked. You're not getting home for 3 days and missing school.
Spank, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a hurtful spank.
I mean, like, you're not coming home for 3 days and missing class.
Like, that was a hard spank.
How did they do it? Like, what did they have? A paddle?
It was a wooden paddle. That dude slung it all the way. Like, it was ridiculous. I should be able to sue that dude, honestly. I think, there were some rumblings that he was hurting kids with paddles. Like,
paddles hurt.
Yeah, but, like, he was known for, like...
How old were you?
Oh, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, we had one in elementary school. Like, my mom's friend pulled her kid out because the principal at the time hit him with a tennis racket. But to me, that wouldn't hurt that much. It depends on what end of the tennis racket you use, I guess.
It was a flat wooden paddle. And they had to bring someone and had to bend over a chair. And then some lady was there to watch to make sure, I guess, a witness.
I remember one of the boys in my class in high school. He kept mouthing off to the teacher, and teacher said, "Office now." And he came back. His face was red. He was crying because our principal didn't play though. Like, he would use the paddle. Girls, boys, it didn't matter. Like, you cut up, you cut up.
To be fair, I did deserve the paddle. I believe it was 3 strikes. 1, 2, 3 they hit me with. But I called my teacher a biscuit eater.
Oh, you deserve that, Josh.
I called her a Mexican bee.
Josh.
She was Mexican. I could never understand what she was saying, and she kept riding me all year. Me and her, we butted heads. I never had a teacher I butted heads with like this.
I cannot believe you called your teacher that.
Sometimes she let you use a pen on your test. Sometimes she wouldn't. Sometimes she would. Sometimes she wouldn't. And it happened to be this time. She come take that pen out my hand. She said, I can't use pen. I said, you Mexican B word. And she said, what you say about my nationality? Go to the office. Go to the office.
She cared more about that than the B word.
Yeah.
I would have. Honestly, if I was your mama, I would have said, go ahead and beat him. I would have said, hold on, wait till I get there so I can watch. Let me get a lick in.
This lady went round and round. She used to go to my church when I was a kid, and I think.
And she was in your church, and you called her that?
No, when I was a kid, and I think she had it out for me because she was mad that we no longer went to that church.
Dang,
I think she didn't like me and my family.
Josh, I would have been your mom. I would have gone there and gotten some licks myself. Like, hold on, save me a lick. Let me get one in there too. You're not gonna call your teacher that.
Hey, if you only knew. This was a unique situation. I've never had any issues with any other teachers.
I've had teachers I hated too, but man, I didn't.
And 8th grade was horrible. I got Bell's palsy. They had the leap test. They were stressing us
Josh,
about.
You call the teachers
hormonal.
that to your friends behind the teacher's back at recess. You don't call it
out.
to their face.
It just came out. I couldn't help it. I want to know, what is something you're very good at, but you don't talk about because people wouldn't believe you if you did talk about it? So, someone asked the internet that exact question. Here's what some people said. Someone said, I'm a 48-year-old man who can sew anything. And apparently he is ashamed of that. He doesn't want to let people know.
Why would you be ashamed of that?
Because he's a man sewing. I don't know.
Why is that a shameful thing at all? I don't get that.
Untying tight knots. When I was a
that's pretty
child,
cool.
I tied extremely tight knots on purpose just so I could untie it.
You know what? That's something I'm good at because every year I would have to undo the Christmas lights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was the only one who had the patience to do it. Like tie anything,
that drives me
shoelaces.
crazy.
Yeah, I could undo the knots for shoelaces, anything. I was good at that as a kid.
Guitar Hero. Someone said I dropped out of high school for a bit and played it nonstop to keep myself busy. I even won money at a couple of tournaments. I'm a 36-year-old woman who works for the government now, and I doubt my prowess will be appreciated in polite conversation.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Another person says I have ungodly, accurate internal clock. If I need to wake up at 6:14 a.m. for a flight, I will open my eyes at exactly 6:13 a.m., look at the clock, and watch the numbers change. It works without fail no matter how tired I am. That is not just a lucky thing to have. That is a very useful thing to have.
Sounds like Kramer from
'Cause
Seinfeld.
I can't wake up for anything. Unless it's the weekend, I don't have to wake up. Then I'll wake up early. It's so annoying.
Why is it always like that?
I don't know. When a string comes out of sweatpants and hoodies, I can very quickly put it back in just with my hands.
I cannot do that.
Me neither.
At that end, I'm like, it's just out. What happens at this
That is
point.
talent. Why would you hide that from the world? Talk
No.
about that. You might
Tell
better
us
help
how to
some
do
people
it.
out.
Yeah, make a little TikTok. Show us how to do it.
I'm what is known as a super recognizer. I can recall faces and names at a superior level.
Show me how to do that, please.
I can't remember names or faces for
I
the life
can't.
of me.
I can't. I'm so bad at it. It's embarrassing.
Directions. I always know which cardinal direction I'm facing, even when underground. Also, if I've been somewhere once, I can always find my way back, even if it's years later and I'm coming from a different starting point. Must be nice. I have to use the GPS everywhere I go.
I'm pretty good with my cardinal directions.
I have very good eye for color. I can tell the difference between two shades that most people wouldn't notice and couldn't distinguish.
Okay.
How about this one right here? I can accurately predict when a song is right around 150 beats per minute. I trained for a half marathon, and in order to keep my pace, I created a playlist with hundreds of songs that are 150 beats per minute.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Picking handcuffs. I could do it in less than 4 seconds with a needle. I hit under my upper lip, and that's with my hands cuffed behind my back.
Either you're a career criminal or a magician. You just told on yourself.
I can hear electricity. I can tell if a circuit is closed or open, how much current is going through, whether it's AC or DC, whether it's high or low voltage. And
Must
then
be a career electrician.
someone says, I'm elite at making a to-do list for the day and then completely ignoring it.
Hey, that's me.
Nancy, what's something you're good at that you don't tell nobody?
That one. Making a to-do list, completely ignoring it. I'm really good at getting into trouble, Josh. I'm really good at things breaking down on me at the last second. I'm really good at oversleeping. No, like I said, when I was a kid, I was really good at undoing knots. Like
and
that
talking.
one person
You're
said.
good at talking.
I'm good at talking, yeah. What about you?
I am good at being punctual.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very good at, at least I feel like I am, getting things done in the quickest amount of time possible. I just know how to navigate the roads, how to navigate the stores, where I can boom, 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 boom.
You're good at leaving people behind at theme parks.
Yes.
And stores.
Yes.
Shopping centers, yes.
And, of course, I'm good at being a professional broadcaster. I'm also very good at singing, when it comes to Creed.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Let us know what's something that you're very good at that you don't tell anyone, because if you told them, they just laugh at you.
You're so good at being humble, too.
I am very humble. I'm very intelligent.
Oh, okay.
Except for when it comes to math, as we discovered in the 5 o'clock hour. A McDonald's worker is going viral on TikTok for sharing some secrets you probably don't know about. And for better or worse, they're all McDonald's related. So apparently if you order fries with no salt, they'll be made fresh. I was told this by my cousin who used to work there.
Yeah, that's an old trick right there.
So this means you have to be cool with unsalted fries unless you ask for salt packets at the window. Which might get you a confused look. But yeah, if you want some fresh fries, you don't want the little nasty ones.
I don't think you're going to get a confused look unless it's a new employee, because all the employees that have been there for a minute, they're like, oh.
They understand.
They're like, all right, here's your salt packets. You got us.
The poor man's Big Mac can save you some money. You'll get a little mini Big Mac for about half the price if you order a McDouble with no ketchup or mustard, but add mac sauce and shredded lettuce.
Oh, okay.
How about that hack, huh?
All right.
Or the multiple orders hack can also save you money if you're really willing to work for it. Basically, you get multiple McDonald's accounts, then you circulate through them, logging out and logging back in so that you can double the deals through the app and use several to add up to one big order, because they only limit you to one app deal per order, and like for every 15 minutes or whatever it is. You can't double dip. This way, if you have multiple accounts, you can.
Okay.
That sounds like a good way to get banned from the app if they ever find out. Which could happen. Because I'm sure part of the thing you check off, those terms and conditions and policies you check off.
Thing that you never read.
Yeah, I'm sure somewhere in there it's about abusing it.
Right.
They could ban you from it. But the folded egg versus the rounded egg. The folded egg is the pre-made egg that they put on biscuit sandwiches and McGriddles. A rounded egg is a fresh cracked egg that goes on the McMuffins. So if you want an actual fresh cracked egg, you got to get a McMuffin.
Okay.
How about that for some tips from Mickey
I
D's?
like that. I do like the McGriddles. Those are pretty good.
I don't know
I
about you,
haven't
but
had
I'm
that in
hungry
ages.
now.
I
Thinking about all this good stuff. Let us know if you've tried any of these. Maybe you have some of your own McDonald's hacks. Maybe you work at McDonald's, or you did at one point, and you have some interesting stuff you'd like to share. I'm here. I want all the tea this morning. Q93FM.com. Use the Q93 app, or you can DM us at Q93 Alexandra or at Morning Q Crew.
Of course, like everything else on TikTok, people talking about how they want to lose weight on social media, doing the diarrhea lettuce. That's for that cyclospora parasite that they're talking about. A lot of videos circulating saying how you can lose weight, hoping to contract that cyclospora parasite by eating diarrhea lettuce. So any lettuce that's contaminated with it, they're calling it cyclospora skinny.
I can't believe people are willing to eat something like this.
Really, in this day and age, you can't believe people are willing to do that with the dumbness that we have.
They have medicine, they have shots, they have, I don't know, exercise plans. And y'all gonna eat some bacteria?
But people want it fast, and they want it like as free as possible. So you can't believe people are willing to do that with how many idiots there are in this world.
Nuts.
They are. So they're calling it cyclospora skinny. And while most of the posts are clearly tongue-in-cheek, officials are worried that people might see this and think it's worth a try. We know people are going to think it and worth a try. So, but you never know who's going to do their own research, quote unquote, on TikTok. So experts are telling people not to be stupid. One doctor says getting any illness on purpose is just a bad idea. Plus, sporiasis can be deadly. There are folks ending up in the hospital for long periods of time. He adds, with diarrhea, you're going to lose a lot of electrolytes, so you're going to have problems with muscle cramps, headaches, dehydration. You don't want to get to the state where your heart just can't pump enough blood because there's no water in there. That said, all lettuce is not compromised. Eating salads for every meal trying to get the parasite could actually be a little healthy if you're just, eating a lot of salads, but 4 more states have been added to the outbreak. So the CDC says Illinois, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania have been added to the list that already included Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. There have been tens of thousands of cases and hundreds of hospitalizations. Thankfully, no one has died as far as we know. So y'all don't be stupid and try to get this illness. Y'all are so dumb if y'all are trying this.
Hey, you know what? If y'all want to get the exploding foie just for a chance of losing weight, go ahead. Play with your health like that.
Right.
That's craziness.
Yeah, we don't need your gene pool contributing to the planet
Then you
anyway.
have a hospital bill.
Oh, Lord, man. Good luck with that.
And then your booty hole gonna be raw from all that explosive
diarrhea.
Yeah, that ain't no fun.
Put the Vaseline on that. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, chef.
Pet.
Pet, chef.
Why don't you start us off with our 5 random facts?
Pablo Picasso was...
Pablo Picasso!
That's... What language was it? What accent was that?
I don't know. I'm just saying Pablo Picasso!
Pablo Picasso was briefly suspected of being involved in the 1911 theft of the Mona Lisa, but he was soon released due to a lack of evidence, despite possessing statues previously stolen from the Louvre in 1907.
That's insane. Number 2, blue whale calves can gain 200 pounds a day every day for most of the first year of their lives.
Wow.
This is while they're nursing roughly their first 8 months.
That's amazing. And do you know when they're nursing, They get the milk from their mother's teats. And if pigs could fly, they would have trouble believing it. It's physically impossible for pigs to look straight up to the sky above them. The anatomy of their neck muscles and their spine limits the movement of their heads. Wow.
I don't know why people are so obsessed about pigs flying. We don't say that about goats and other animals that can't fly. What is it about pigs we want them to fly so bad?
I don't know.
So strange. Number 4, the eye of an ostrich is bigger than its brain. An ostrich's eyes are about 2 inches in diameter, which is almost the size of a billiard ball.
A billiard ball, like when you play pool on a pool table. You know what's another interesting fact about an ostrich, Josh? Josh?
You always call me Josh.
Because my grandmother did, and I'm turning into her. But another interesting fact is that ostriches lay eggs so they don't have teats. Because they can't nurse. So there's another interesting fact.
We're going to title today's episode Teats.
And finally, originally, Marge Simpson's hairstyle was designed that way because the creator, Matt Groening, wanted to hide her rabbit ears. The gag was meant to be revealed in the final episode of the series, but they scrapped that plan long ago because there would have been too many inconsistencies for it to work.
We've laughed so much this morning I have a headache. Friday's episode of our podcast is going to be titled Teats. I just want you to know that.
Ostriches lay eggs so they no teats.
What is so funny? Oh my gosh. How confident are you that you know what to do if there were a major earthquake here where we live in central Louisiana? That was what was asked in a recent poll, not just for Sinlaw, though, in general. And only half of us say we'd be able to handle it. 14% say they're very confident they'd have a plan. You always have a plan, they say, until you get punched in the mouth.
Well, to be fair, you don't really expect one here.
No.
So,
but we've had some very small ones here in Louisiana this year.
But nothing really that you need to,
No, you don't even
for.
notice happening.
Right,
but they've had some major ones, too. Like, the plates are moving, for sure.
Right.
36% are somewhat confident. The other half, not so much. 14% say they're not at all confident they'd be able to handle it. 27% are not very confident. And 9% are not sure. Not surprisingly, people out west are feeling more confident. Nancy, what say you?
So, I've been through a few earthquakes before in California.
Like bad ones, or?
I wasn't near the epicenter, so it wasn't too bad, but I felt them for sure. Like the first time I was ever in one, I was in one of the modern buildings. So the modern buildings are kind of built on rollers, so they kind of sway with the earthquake. So the older buildings are bad because that's the ones that crumble with the earthquakes over time, right? There's no give. So I was in what's called the Sepulveda Center on Sepulveda Boulevard in Santa Monica. So that was one of the newer ones. And they were like, oh, we're having an earthquake. I'm like, we are? What? And sure enough, I started feeling the building kind of moving. And I'm like, okay, it's my first earthquake. And I look outside and I'm like, okay, the world's not falling apart. The Albertsons across the street is still standing. Okay, we're good. But they were like, okay, everybody, just be safe, be safe. And so, they were like, the safest place during an earthquake under a sturdy table or desk indoors or in a clear space outside. But they're like, just everybody be calm. I mean, and the other times I felt it was in a movie theater. We were watching Get Him to the Greek. It's a comedy. Everybody was laughing and the seats started moving. I'm like, is that from everybody laughing? And the person I'm with is like, no, it's just an earthquake. We're fine. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, nobody's laughing that hard at this movie, But and everything was fine. So thank goodness the ones that I was in, it was not near the epicenter.
Minors, yeah.
But one of them, it was a strong enough earthquake that the epicenter was pretty bad at the time. But where the ripples were, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, just be calm, be safe. But I kind of knew what to do from living there. Yeah.
Okay, so what you do? Again, go through it. If there's an earthquake, what you should do?
Oh, the safest place, you want to be under something very sturdy to avoid falling debris.
Okay.
Like under a table or a desk. Or if you're outside, just make sure you're not near like some trees or not under a building, in case something's falling, So that's kind of... Yeah,
so there you go. There's an earthquake. Stop, drop, and roll, everybody.
No, that's for a fire.
Now, some old school struggles that would break people today, Nancy. What about waiting by the phone for a call? You were expecting a call from someone special? You had to stay near the family phone all night and hope it would eventually ring. Unless someone was using dial-up internet, and then you're screwed.
I mean, I've done that, but I mean, kind of, but not really. It's like I really wasn't waiting for someone special. I mean, if my friend said, hey, I'm going to call you later tonight, it's not like I was waiting by the phone, like desperate for it, because it wasn't a big house.
Writing everything down by hand. Before smartphones, you had to remember something.
Yeah.
If it had to be written down, directions, receipts, everything.
Oh, yeah. We had way more notebooks and pens and pencils lying around back then.
Researching at the library. If you didn't know the answer to something, you better find an encyclopedia.
We had a collection of encyclopedias. We had the World Book encyclopedias at home. How many of you whippersnappers have encyclopedias at your house? None of you.
There was no Google. There was no ChatGPT.
No, we had encyclopedia sets. Dang it.
Hunting down a payphone. If you need to call someone away from home, you had to find a payphone. You better hope you had the right coins in your pocket.
That's right. I had to use them at the Acadiana Mall to call my dad before call my family.
A lot of movies, bad things happen at those payphones in the middle of the night.
Ooh.
Finding out about snow days. This was long before apps or text alerts. Students had to listen to the radio, watch TV to see your school scroll by at the bottom.
We listened to that radio in the morning, or we'd watch the weather. Man, I do remember that. Now, in Louisiana, we don't really get many snow days, but I do remember one when I was about 10 years old. Okay, school canceled today due to snow. Boy, we were so happy.
I remember laying on my parents' couch watching the news, and I was just praying, please show Evangeline Parish. Please show Evangeline Parish.
Oh, we were so happy.
Sharing a party line. Did you know several houses used to be able to share the same phone line? And if someone was on the line, other families could pick up and listen freely.
That was before my time.
I used to love picking up the phone on the other line, listening to my mom's conversations, and she would hear me. She'd be like, Josh!
Yeah, we could.
Sometimes she'd be like, Josh, are you on the other line? And I'd be quiet. And then she'd be like, oh, I thought he was listening.
We could do that within the house, but as far as like other houses, I'm glad we finally got to one that was before my time, Josh.
And using a manual typewriter.
Yeah, had a manual typewriter.
If you made one mistake on a school paper, it can mean retyping the entire page from scratch.
Now, to be fair, the manual typewriter we had wasn't one that I used. It was just one, it was like an antique that we had, but we did have an electronic typewriter that I did use. Yeah, but the old manual one,
On this Flashback Friday, tell us some old school struggles that would break the young kids today. We want to hear from you. Q93FM.com. You can also DM us on social media at Q93Alexandria or at Morning Q. Or use our free shout-out feature in the Q93 app. You know, when someone mentions having an inheritance, most people assume it's sexy, like $1 million in the bank. Right? A trust, real estate, cars, boats.
We have different definitions of sexy.
Even heirlooms. Not an entire house packed floor to ceiling with knickknacks, loosely sentimental items, and plastic containers they couldn't bear to throw out, you hoarders.
I know.
In a new survey, 49% of people would rather inherit nothing at all than to have to deal with a relative's junk.
Yeah.
51% would prefer a few select items to receiving everything a loved one owned. In fact, only 20% say they'd choose to inherit everything if that was an option. A lot of this comes from experience. 58% of Americans have already had to clear out a relative's home. 56% say it's harder to grieve when you have to spend weeks sorting through everything they had.
Yep.
Also, 45% say they're running out of space of their own at home as it is, much less to add another person's house full of junk. What say you, Nance?
Yes. After losing both parents that were hoarders in different ways, like one being an organized absolute collector, who it was very neat to have, like my dad's collection growing up. I mean, we're talking like an organized record and book collector. He organized them. He figured out the values of them, had the books that had the values of them, put them in, sealed cases, and it was cool having that growing up. But as an adult, trying to figure out more values and he's like, oh, this is going to be your inheritance and it's going to, be money. And it's like, well, now I have to sell all of this and find a buyer and ship it and all of this
and
is
try to know the worth of everything.
Exactly. And it's like, this is overwhelming. Like, you have no idea. It really is.
Yeah.
I would have rather just, as much as I appreciate the sentimentality of it and it represents him or my mom, she had some stuff too. As much as I appreciate that, the overwhelming factor of it, I rather would have just had like the money to put into a trust that would have paid for any repairs going toward the house. You know what I mean?
I want some items to remember relatives
by. A few, but not
And they have to sort through everything and decide what you want to keep, what you don't. And you feel bad about throwing things. Then you're reliving all these memories. You're still grieving.
Yes.
It's just a lot. It's part of the process. We all have to do it. But so if you're a hoarder, think about that. Think about your relatives. They may not quite want to go through a bajillion items and try to figure out what is worth keeping or not.
Right. And
do that yourselves before you die, please.
And by the way, if you are holding on to something like a little piggy bank or something like that, or that your loved one had, make sure before you donate these items, check them thoroughly before you donate
it. Something valuable.
There's something valuable in there, right?
You're listening to the best of the Morning Q Crew. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. and subscribe to the best of the Morning Q Crew podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Let's go! Q93.